The woman threw the family photo into the trash can. She placed a divorce agreement on the table. She resolutely got on the motorcycle. She rebooted her life at 60. Her husband called her. He asked her to come back immediately. She firmly told him she wanted a divorce. Her son called him again. She simply threw away the SIM card. Just a few days ago, she was still a woman with no identity of her own. A housewife who only knew how to give for the family. Even when going to the market to buy groceries, she wrote down every dish each family member wanted, but there was nothing for herself. But just as she was leaving the market, she felt dizzy, and then she collapsed on the ground. She dialed her husband's number for help, but her husband interrupted her. He said he was in a meeting and told her not to bother him. She dialed her son's number again. From the receiver, she heard her son's impatient voice. He said he wasn't a doctor and told her to go to the doctor if she felt unwell. Just as she was still trying to make excuses for her husband and son, her husband's car drove right past her. Inside the car were her husband and his mistress, along with her son and daughter-in-law. They were laughing and chatting. The woman felt a wave of dizziness. She collapsed to the ground. The doctor told her it was due to overwork, which triggered acute heart disease. She needed to stay overnight for observation. At that moment, her husband called her. Her husband scolded her over the phone. They had already returned home, but she hadn't made dinner yet. The woman, feeling wronged, told her husband she was in the hospital, but he didn't care about her health at all. He just said, no matter where she was, she couldn't delay making dinner at home. At this moment, the woman received a photo her son accidentally sent. It was a photo of them with her husband's mistress at the park. As soon as her son sent it, he immediately deleted it. But he didn't expect that the woman had already seen it clearly. Her tears dropped onto the phone screen. After 30 years of marriage, she did the laundry, cooked, and took care of the kids. She gave all her time and energy to this family. But after she fell ill, no one stayed with her, not even a single word of concern. The woman felt this family to her no longer had any meaning. The next day, after the woman was discharged, she didn't go straight home. Instead, she went to a travel agency. She signed up for a month-long motorcycle trip for herself. She would leave in 3 days. When the woman returned home, her husband immediately scolded her for not coming home all night. The house was a mess. The woman handed her husband the diagnosis, but he still didn't take it seriously. He said she only did housework at home every day. It was impossible for her to be overworked. She was just being dramatic. Her son came over and scolded her. Her grandson was crying from hunger. She, as a grandmother, didn't know where to go. The woman made the milk. She took out the diaper to change her grandson, but her daughter-in-law threw the diaper away. She told the woman to use cloth diapers. The woman explained that kids nowadays wore diapers, but the daughter-in-law insisted on not using diapers. She thought the woman was always at home doing nothing. Washing cloth diapers was her duty. The woman had no choice but to use cloth diapers. She looked at her husband, son, and daughter-in-law sitting on the couch eating fruit, being bossed around by them. The woman thought about her childhood. Her father forced her to drop out of school early to support the family. She had thought marriage would help her escape her hardships, but it was just a change of identity. She continued to be oppressed. She felt deeply that she was worth so little. The next morning, the woman only made breakfast for herself. When her son woke up and saw the empty pot, he blamed her for not making breakfast. Her husband also criticized her. Her son put a bank card on the table. He told her to buy some clothes and dress up. He said they needed to hold a Mother's Day banquet in a few days. Their company's leader liked filial people. He wanted to use this to gain the leader's favor. He told her not to dress poorly, or she would embarrass him. After they left, the woman threw the bank card, along with the trash, into the bin. She went to the dealership. She chose a motorcycle for herself. After testing it, the staff were amazed. They didn't expect the woman's riding skills to be so good. In fact, the woman loved riding motorcycles when she was young. She had always dreamed of going on a motorcycle trip, but for the sake of her family, she sold her beloved motorcycle. It was Mother's Day, and the day the woman set off. She put on her jacket. When she was about to leave, she received a message from her son. He told her to get to the hotel within half an hour to attend the Mother's Day banquet, but she didn't respond. She grabbed her bag and left. Meanwhile, at the banquet hall, her son was speaking on stage. He was telling stories of his parents' love and how close he was to his mother. Once he finished speaking, he invited his mother to the stage. The guests clapped and moved to the sides, waiting for the woman to walk on stage. But to everyone's surprise, the woman did not appear. At that moment, the daughter-in-law saw the live broadcast from the travel agency online. Her husband was furious. He told his son to call the mother. The woman hesitated for a moment, but finally answered her son's call. But her husband snatched the phone and scolded her. He even blamed her for leaving, saying no one would want her, not even as a maid. Her husband's attitude strengthened her resolve. She told her husband the divorce agreement was already on the table, and that she wanted a divorce. The woman got on the motorcycle. The phone rang again. She took out the SIM card and threw it on the ground. From now on, she would live for herself. In the banquet hall, the man angrily threw his phone. The guests whispered among themselves. Seeing the look on the man's face, he didn't look like someone who cared about his wife at all. He always pretended to be the perfect husband. It seemed it was all a lie. Seeing this, the mistress felt her chance had come. She moved closer to the man. She said the woman didn't know how to cherish him, and suggested she take care of the man's family instead. The man grabbed the mistress and walked to the stage. He announced that the banquet would be turned into his wedding with the mistress. In the evening, the mistress served the meal. She invited everyone to eat. The son took a bite but immediately spit it out. He said the food was terrible. It was far worse than what his mother made. The daughter-in-law also complained that the mistress always ordered takeout. It was greasy and unhealthy. The mistress got angry. She said she wasn't here to be their maid. The mistress argued with the son. The man slammed his hand on the table to stop everyone. He told the mistress to clean the house. Then he went into the room to rest. The mistress cursed as she grabbed the broom. At that moment, she saw a news segment on the motorcycle trip competition on TV. The woman was smiling brightly. She was taking photos with tourists. The mistress screamed in anger. How dare she live a free life? She left the mess of this family for me to deal with.